All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. Just as an introduction, my name is Mr. Palmer. I'm one of the counselors here, as well as Ms. Booth, and then in the back we have Mr. Ferkala. We also have Ms. Dykes here to talk a little bit about some of the electives that are going to be offered to you as seniors. Okay. What we're going to be talking about today is we're going to begin the process of course request. Okay. Talking about picking your classes. All right. You're all juniors in here. I would imagine most of you, if not all of you. This is going to be your last opportunity to pick your classes. All right. In high school. All right. The nice thing is you're going to have a little bit more flexibility than you ever have before. All right. It's very important that you listen to directions as well as choose wisely, all right, in your last year to make sure there's a lot of things, especially as seniors, you have to worry about, even more in sophomores and juniors, talking about graduation, talking about taking the right classes your last year for college admissions, all these kind of things, okay? So you have a pack in front of you, hopefully everyone has one. All right, please have it in your hands and follow with us as we go through the presentation, okay? Basically this week and Martin Luther King Day on Monday is going to be the time frame that you're going to start looking at this and start picking your classes for senior year. All right. On Tuesday, the 22nd, we're going to have Teacher Recommendation Day. So you're going to have these forms with all your teachers. You're going to be talking to them about what's my next level of English, my next level of math, if I want to take a 4th year of math and so on. Okay. You're going to turn in on that day, on that Tuesday, you're going to turn in page 2. All right, so go ahead and turn to page 2. Okay, it looks like that. You're going to turn these forms into your last hour teacher with it filled in with all your classes that you're going to request for next year. Okay? On the days January 28th through February 22nd, you are going to get an opportunity to meet individually with your counselor to talk about these particular classes. All right? When you give us this sheet, our secretaries are going to have about 2,000 of these and are going to be entering all the classes. But the nice thing is that during those days, you're going to be able to come in and talk to us specifically. Like I'm going to ask you, what is your plan for after graduation? What are you talking about, or what are you thinking about in terms of careers? All right? So we make sure that the courses that we request for you next year are courses that you're going to need, especially come after high school and as well as high school graduation. All right? You do not need to make an appointment with us. You are actually going to come down during a certain day, a certain period with your English class to meet with us. All right? So don't feel the need that, you know, I'm confused, I need to make an appointment with my counselor. Hold off. You'll have an opportunity to talk with us then. All right? Once everything is entered, once you turn this in, once you have an opportunity to meet with us, you will have until February 28th to change classes. As of February 28th, you will not be able to make another change. All right, so that's why we are going to stress to you when you turn this in, when you talk to your counselor, be very educated in the classes that you want to take. Okay?
And the biggest change from this year is that the course booklet is no longer printed out. So you're going to have to go online to the LTHS website and go to the guidance page and look into this week and over the weekend. And the most critical thing is right now, as the counselors aren't going to be as available to you, so you need to take advantage of having conversations with your teachers and asking them, what's my next step? What should I be taking next year as a senior? And then you'll have the opportunity, once you have that meeting with your counselor, to confirm that that's the best class you should be taking. Okay, so this is where you need to go, LTHS, and then go to guidance, and it's going to be the course description. So make sure you're going over with your parents. There's a nice summary and paragraph of all the different electives that you can take as seniors. Now your schedule has really opened up. So now you're going to have more opportunities to take electives and to take classes that you didn't have the opportunity to take as younger students. So now you can take, you know, like a foods class if you're interested in becoming a chef, or you can take some career classes that Ms. Dykes will be talking about. So make sure that you're really looking into first what graduation requirements, and then also your goals as to whether or not you're going to go to college or what type of career you're going to be going into, and try to fill in those electives with those goals. Okay, so like I said again, the course description is going to have a paragraph description of what it is. The other thing that you should really take advantage of is talk to your classmates, talk to other students that have taken those classes. Ask them if this is a course worth taking, is this something that I would really enjoy? They're going to be able to help you figure that out as well. The other thing too is to ask those teachers that teach that class, is this something that I can benefit in, and is this a good class for me if the course description isn't good enough?
Just to add on that with the course description book, we really are asking you to go online and take a look at it, okay? Whatever classes you sign up for, you should be reading the course description on that booklet on the website, all right? You want to make sure that that class is actually something you're interested in taking, all right? You've now been in high school, this is your third year of high school, all right? I'm sure there's some students that in August came to see us and said, I don't want to take this class anymore, I want to take something else. More likely, you got the answer of no. All right, because the class, the structure is so tight that there's very little movement that we can actually make once August hits. So it's very important that you're educated and you pick classes that interest you, especially when we're talking about electives. Okay? Graduation requirements are also on the course description handbook, so you must know whether you're on that college track or you're on that career tech track. What I mean is that, you know, are you taking that college track? Are you taking 3 years of a science, 3 years of a social studies, foreign language or fine arts? Or are you on that career track where it's more of those career and tech electives that you're focusing on? It's very important, especially going into your last year, that you know exactly what you need to graduate. All right, obviously you can have those questions and those conversations with your counselor, but very important that you know yourself. Community service requirement, you all have to have 40 hours. All right, please do not wait until your senior year to do 40 hours of community service. If you have not started it, please start it now. Get involved with a church. Get involved with anything. You can get involved with the school. Some athletic programs are always looking for people in community service. Helping out with a hospital, whatever kind of opportunities for community service, please take advantage of those. If you have no idea what you can do for community service, come down to the guidance office. We have a whole board that talks about different community service opportunities that you can get involved in.
Okay, so this is a little bit what Mr. Palmer was talking about with your requirements as far as graduation. As juniors, this is now your responsibility to make sure that you're on track for graduation. If you failed a class freshman year, sophomore year, or even your junior year, you need to remind your counselor because they're looking at several transcripts a day, they're meeting with several students, so make sure that you're notifying your counselor that you didn't pass a class and you need to make it up before you graduate. The other opportunity would be for summer school. Make sure you're having that conversation with your teacher. Make sure you're double checking and triple checking, especially now that you're, as juniors, you're starting to visit colleges and look into college. It would be a really good idea to contact a college admissions counselor, especially if you're really sure about a college, and say, what types of classes should I be taking? If I'm interested in engineering, should I make sure I take a couple of science classes for my senior year? What's going to look best? What's going to get me into your program? So those are the things that you haven't thought about your freshman and sophomore year, but junior year, it's really critical to build your senior year classes with a good foundation for what you need to get into college.
The other thing is exploring your interests. As juniors, you had a little bit more flexibility in your schedule to take those electives. It's going to even be more as you're a senior, okay? Some more things you got to focus on, especially as a senior, is are you on that college path or that career and tech path? All right, what kind of electives do you need to finish off? Do you need to finish that second or third year of a foreign language? Do you need to, do you want to move on to Photo 1 or Photo 2, or consider going into the co-op work class? Okay, considering your interests, considering what kind of things you want to do after high school, especially when you're picking those electives. Be educated, all right, and if you have not started thinking about those things, please do start thinking about that over the next couple of days.
Okay, so PE is a little bit different. You've kind of got a little taste of it your junior year and your senior year. You had a little taste of more of a variety of PE classes. So now I know your PE teachers have notified you that you're going to have more room for different types of PE classes, let's say an all-year dance class or an all-year powerlifting. that needs to be signed off on by your PE teacher, otherwise we cannot put you in those classes. So make sure ahead of time, before your appointment with your counselor, that you get those signatures so that you can be able to take a gym class that you're more interested in. There's also the other gym classes like you were taking before, the mixture of the volleyball, badminton, tennis, things like that, if that's the option that you want to take as well. Both are suitable for graduation requirements.
And the PE part is right on the back of that course selection sheet, that page 2, so you can take a look at all the PE classes that are available on the back. And it'll have asterisks if you need a signature for that particular PE class. Okay? And that's what it should look like. Okay. PE exempt. I'm not sure how many students as juniors have had PE exempt. What that is if you are a student in band or you are a varsity athlete, you have the option during that semester that you're competing to take PE exempt. And what that would mean is that we would eliminate your PE class and give you either a study hall or another class for that semester. Okay, so for example, if you are a boys baseball player and you would like to take PE exempt during the spring semester, you have that option. And you also have the option whether to take a study hall or take a class. Also remember that if you drop the PE class for a study hall, you are also dropping that half credit. Okay, if you take a class, you can still work towards that half credit during that time. But just know that if you drop it for a study hall, you would not get that credit towards your total 22. Those kind of approvals, I think the band is going to be doing that during course selection. As varsity athletes, that will be something that you'll be doing into August. Most coaches do not like to sign off on the PE exempt during this time because, say you don't try out in the fall or you don't come out for volleyball in the fall. We don't want to be giving out PE exempt for people who are not either varsity athletes or in the band.
And that's something that can be easily changed next year. So if you get that signature, we can easily change that and take out your PE and you can put in a study hall or another elective. So that's not a problem. You already did that.
Oop. That's a PE exempt form.
Okay, so next is the quick reference sheet. That's towards the end of your packet. That's what you're going to need to fill out your course request. So this is key for what you want to do to fill out your course request. The reason being is we're asking you not to just list the classes and have the name of the class, but it's critical to have the course number so that we know exactly which class that you need. Make sure you double check the course number because the secretaries are going to be the ones inputting your schedule and they're going to put exactly what you write down. So it's important that you write legibly so that we understand what you're trying to say, and then we also need to make sure that you're writing down the course number and the name of the course.
And real quick, so Ms. Dykes can give her talk, making sure that when you fill out this sheet with your classes, you include alternates. On the bottom, towards the bottom of that sheet, you'll see alternates. Make sure you have backup classes if one of the classes that you choose does not run. Say if there's only 3 students that sign up for a class, you're not going to run that class, so you make sure that you have backups. Real quick, mid-year graduates, if you're considering being a mid-year graduate, that is one of those things that you have to make that decision before that February 28th deadline. Make sure you communicate with your counselor if you're someone that's continuing or you're considering graduating December. Okay. Summer school, we'll have information about summer school dates. That's in here as well. If you're someone who failed a class or someone who needs to make up a class in order to graduate as a senior in 4 years, that's something you definitely have to consider in terms of making up credits, making up required courses, English, math, science, all those kinds of things. Okay? All right, again, recapping real quick your responsibilities. Junior, senior registration form. If you are a PE exempt person, making sure that you have that. Mid-year form if you're thinking about mid-year graduate.
Really quick, what I wanted to add with math. Let's say you fail Algebra 2 second semester. If you do not make that up in summer school, you have to take an entire full math course your senior year. You have to make up that Algebra 2 credit your senior year. So make sure at the end of the school year you're having that conversation with your counselor that you failed.
Okay, I'm going to talk really fast here. My name is Ms. Dykes. A lot of the programs that I oversee are for seniors only. First is Wilco. We send students for aerospace, health science, fire science, and auto body. If you're interested in aerospace, you need to have your own car. It'll take periods 1 and 2 off of your schedule. You'll start over at Wilco, you'll come back here for third period. If you're interested in health science, fire science, or auto body, that will take up 5th, 6th, and 7th period of your schedule. You will not have a lunch study hall on your schedule. You won't starve, you'll be able to eat from here to there, but just so you know that that will not be on your schedule. For health science, you do need to have a car because you will drive to clinicals some days during the week to go to nursing homes to get those hours. Fire science is dual credited with JJC. It does give you the option to possibly earn 9 credits on a JJC transcript that will get you started in the fire science program. If you're interested in those, it does not require an application. You're just going to put those down on your course request sheet, and then your counselors will take care of that. The next program I oversee is our cosmetology program. We allow students to take 3 periods here and then be released to attend a cosmetology school either in New Lenox or Joliet. It does require a significant amount of money, so if you're interested, come see me after this presentation. Last but not least is our career internship program, also known as co-op or the work program. Basically, maybe you're out there thinking, really wish I had a job, or what am I going to do after high school? That's what this whole program is all about. This class is a 2-credit class offered to seniors only, where you get credit for what we do in the classroom every day. So it is a 1-period class, and then you get credit for holding a job and working an average of 15 hours a week. Many of my students come with jobs, but a lot don't have a job when they come to the program. And so part of my job is to help them get a job. I work with employers out in the community on a daily basis who sometimes do not publicize their open positions. And so if you're interested, come see me, grab an application. If you took an application, please get these back to me as soon as possible.